What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Growing Up with Anime. This is number 7, and just been flying through this list, man. I've seen a lot of anime growing up. Recently, I've been watching a lot more than what I have been watching because, took a break in high school and didn't really get back up into it until college, freshman year. So now we back at it like we never left. So let's get started. The one, let's start with this anime right here, and it's Fairy Tale. Now hold on. I know every time somebody hears the word fairy tale, they think, "Oh my God, you watch that? What are your real taste in anime?" Now, hear me out. Let's take it back, wind it back. I'm going back to sophomore year in college. Uh, it's second semester, sophomore year. I've decided I was going to transfer, move to another school, um, try to focus on my schoolwork, stop playing sports. So at that time, I had really a lot of time on my hands and not much to do. So I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and get into it because I was seeing it all the time. Like while I was in while I was freshman year and a little bit while I was in high school, senior year to be exact. I'm like, okay, what is this anime about? Let me go ahead and hop into it. Looked at the episode count, about three, maybe 400 episodes. I had to look again, but I'm probably completely wrong, but it was a good amount. And I was like, okay, let's just hop into it. Now, the first couple of arcs, not Fire Force, Fairy Tale, were actually pretty dope. And I love Natsu as a character. Of course, they always had the fan service, if you will, if you know what I'm talking about. And it was just Fairy Tale was a good time, and I loved the fights. I floated between sub and dub at time, and at times just to see how everyone's was different. I think I preferred the sub over the dub, even though I like Natsu's voice actor in the dub, but I could take it either way. So I was very interested in the plot, especially with Natsu and his dragon father and his brothers and lineage and the history with him, and also the history with Lucy. And then you got Gray, Urza, who I thought was actually really, really dope. Urza was probably one of my top favorite female characters. Um, Guild Arts. Guild Arts, when I first saw Guild Arts, I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. And then I think in my junior year, after I transferred over and I started watching One Piece, I was like, wait, didn't I see this dude before? And I mashed them together like, dude, this is Shanks, right? And I was like, okay, this is actually pretty dope. Maybe Guild Arts is inspired from Shanks or whatever the case may be, but I knew there was a reason why I liked him. So now that I've covered the good, gotta go with the bad. And the bad is that you start to pick up on the formula of there not being any real consequences in the story and not many real deaths and a lot of resurrections and a lot of befriending of the enemies and turning them into friends. And I think they tried to do something with the last season, and at that point I was like, man, nobody's gonna die. They tried to fake us out with Gramps dying, but he didn't die. I've kind of figured that, and that's when I was like, okay, I should have known this, but I was binge watching it, so I didn't really start picking up until like late for like the final season or whatever. And then I was like, okay, now that I know what I'm getting into, man, let's just lower expectations so I can try to enjoy this anime, because I still enjoyed it. It was just, I wish there were more real consequences for actions that happened in this anime, and there really wasn't. You know what I mean? So that's the only gripe I have against it. and it really, really leans on the power of friendship trope, which is mainly probably the whole series. But other than that, man, it's got some really cool powers, and the use of magic in this series is probably one of my favorites. It's between this series and Black Clover, which I like. So, Fairy Tail, it's got its gripes, but I mean, it's not without its charm too. So, if you like Fairy Tail, or if you been interested in getting into it, but you've already been hearing like all the outside voices, and I mean, go ahead, knock yourself out, man. It's a very, very good ride. You'll probably find your favorite characters in there, but don't go in there expecting it to be something like Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen or something complex like One Piece. No, One Piece has its gripes too, but we're not getting into that. But yeah, man, go into it and enjoy yourself, man. You'll probably like it. And now we'll just move right along. Next anime is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I'm gonna shorten it down to Slime. And Slime is probably one of my favorite izakais that's come out recently. And reason being, I saw the first season, I want to say junior year of college. So like 2017, 2018, in that sort of window, right? And I had been hearing all about this thing, about this little blue ball that everybody was raving on. I was like, oh, you gotta watch Slime all over Twitter, right? I was like, you know what, man, let me give this a shot, see what it's all about. Because I think I had finished off this first season. I was just gonna binge it, right? And to my surprise, it was actually pretty good. And one of the reasons why was because it didn't take itself so seriously. And it knew what it was and what it wasn't trying to be. And within that, they also had a good story to tell as far as like building up the character of Rimuru, but not building up the character of the human that once was, right? And we see how Rimuru is taking advantage of the knowledge that he had in his past life and how he's using it to try to make a better society than what it was used to before he died, right? And I love that aspect of it. And season one, we just see him exploring and making friends, and getting stronger because he has a ridiculous ability that I actually like. And I'm glad that he had that ability. It just made him OP. And then they started introducing more characters that were stronger than him. And I was like, oh, okay, this turned out to be a pretty good time. So just kept watching and watching. And then we see him build his nation. I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty dope. Can't wait for season two. And then season two drops, and I'm like, oh, now we're getting into the drama, right? And oh boy, season two was actually really, really dope. I was so glad. I did a bunch of reviews on it on my IG, Stardust at underscore, or no, not underscore, but at Stardust at Stardust underscore Des. Blah, blah, blah. And if you want to check that out, I can link it down in the description below. But man, Slime was a good time, bro. I went in with no expectations and came out with like some of the best isekai storytelling that I've heard in a while, that I've seen in a while. So, man, if you haven't checked out Slime, please check out Slime. This is from me, and there are really some good isekais. I know isekais get the bad rap of, following similar tropes of, oh, you dive and you go to another world, and then you have all these magical powers, and then it comes into a slice of life anime with no real consequences, and it's like a comedy, right? But this one is different, and then there's another one that I'll talk about later. But I'm gonna recommend that one to y'all because y'all need to watch that. But yeah, watch Slime, bro. That's all I got to say. And moving right along to the last one, we got Mob Psycho 100. Boy, Mob Psycho, I had seen so much footage and fight scenes of Mob Psycho. I was watching like a compilation of some. It was like the best fight scenes in anime on YouTube or whatever, and Mob Psycho appeared at like number in like top 10, maybe top 15. I was like, okay, this might be something to check out. The animation was nuts, and I was like, whoa, 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 what is this, right? Like, what is this? And so I put it on my list, and I think I'll watch this junior year 2017, 2018, in that window, right? And I was like, what is this, bro? I ain't never heard of this. I ain't never seen nothing like this, right? And Mob Psycho, story-wise, is honestly kind of simple, not really complex. You got a boy who has mystical power, or mystical psychic powers, right? Oh, they really don't explain the power system in this anime. You just gotta roll with it. But watching this, you would. But it turns well. I'm getting ahead of myself. First off, this boy has mystical powers. Turns out his powers are one of the greatest in the world. That's psychic powers, and he uses his powers to exorcise ghosts and other demonic beings or whatever. And he also uses it to defend and fight for the weak or whatever. And also, this boy is physically weak, right? Like his body looks all frail, but his psychic powers is what makes him strong. And that's basically really the whole premise. And they just build around that premise of finding enemies who are strong, who have other powers, like kind of like his, but not like his, you know. And then that culminates all over in season 2. But season 1, only 12 episodes, and man, Mob Psycho is a really, really, really dope show with stellar animation. I think Bones animated this. It was either Bones or Madhouse. I'll look it up. But Mob Psycho has some quality animation to me that if you have not watched it yet, I would advise you to watch it. As far as like with Ufotable, My Hero, JJK, Wit Studio with Vinland Saga, you know, stuff like that. Where if you like really good animation and really dope like fighting scenes, bro, watch My Hero, bro. You will not be not My Hero, but watch Mob Psycho. You will definitely not be disappointed. And also, I can't forget the comedy, right? So the comedy in Mob Psycho is I wasn't expecting to laugh like that, but Mob Psycho does a very good job with its comedy timing, how it sets up the joke, but you don't really see it because you're, you know, paying attention to the overarching plot, right? But you know that Reagan is gonna come out and say something stupid or do something stupid, and the comedy is just there, bro. That's another part of why Mob Psycho is so good. The animation and the comedy complement each other to where it's not too overcompensating on either side, and it's just enough to be like, okay, I can watch this episode, or I can watch this episode and keep watching it without, you know, it losing you or losing me, right? So there's that. There's not enough that I can say about Mob Psycho that I haven't said already. So please, please, please watch Mob Psycho. I promise you'll enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all like or dislike about this show, or about the shows that I mentioned: Fairy Tail, Slime, Mob Psycho. What are your favorite scenes? You know, stuff like that, right? Like the video. Follow me on Instagram at Stardust_Dex. Link will be in the description. Can't talk. And follow me on TikTok at Stardust Deck. That's Stardust DECK, all smushed together. And that'll be in the description as well. And yeah, like the video, follow me, subscribe, follow me for more if you want to. If not, then that's cool. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.